stands out to me in this, Carter, is that you said right before we went on air that you're surprised by Indiana a little bit. Why?
I am because, I just didn't expect them to, it might have been a thing with me I wasn't really a big fan of the Mike Woodson hire necessarily. I'm more on the side of, I like the coaches that maybe like they could have, I thought this was a great opportunity for Indiana to kind of inject like some youth into the system, kind of, bring up a younger up and coming guy maybe, or a younger guy that's maybe a little more established. Mike Woodson's just kind of like, he gives me grandpa vibes sometimes. So I mean, great coach, of course, his resume speaks for itself, but it's just, I don't really want to go kick it with Mike Woodson necessarily.
But I'll tell you what it does. He comes in he's a heck of a coach coming from, with an NBA pedigree, right? So if Indiana wants to get back to being a program where the players want to come to. And so you hire a guy like that, he knows what it takes to get you to the next level. And I think that's what their intention was with hiring Mike. He's a heck of a coach. And like you said, it's not just about X and O's. And he has that down. But I think just being an NBA guy, being a successful NBA guy is the key to that. And I think he's going to get talent. And players are going to want to stay in Indiana, I believe, and then come to play for him.
That's key, keeping the dudes in Indiana.
Right.
And for me, like, I'll tell you what. I look at Mike Woodson tonight. I appreciate he went the full suit and tie. Assembly Hall is absolutely rocking. Mike Woodson knew walking into tonight that there are people inside that building that doubted this hire, that doubt him, and that are in doubt with the program.
Right.
This is a chance right here, if they can close this out, for him to say, hey, I'm not here to just take a paycheck.
Right.
I'm here for a bit of a redemption here. I took this opportunity because people didn't think I could coach basketball anymore, and I'm going to try to do it. The fact is, IU is still the brand that can absolutely and will absolutely recruit itself. Indiana basketball is going to recruit itself. You got to have a good staff, though. You got to have a staff that can hustle. And I think that Mike Woodson assembled a staff that can be in the right places there. It's not like everybody who thinks that when a team walks through for a game, that Mike Woodson's supposed to run 100% of the walkthrough. Let me tell you something right now. The best coaching staffs in America delegate these things and have different guys on different parts. The head coach is a CEO. Sometimes Right. It's got to be an X's and O's guy. But you know what? The best head coaches know their strengths and know their weaknesses. Right, Randolph?
I agree. The best programs in the country delegate. And you have to. You show me a program where the head coach does everything, and I'll show you a program that's not very successful. The other thing about Mike, guys, is it means something. It means more to you when it's your alma mater. And I think that's something that we take for granted that, like right now, Carter, if you were the head coach at Michigan State, it would matter to you, right? It would mean something special no matter what the age was. And I think that's something that, some can question his age, but his ability to adjust. Most of the things people are going to say, typical NBA guys, I don't like to hire because until this most recent regime of guys, the NBA guys hadn't been very successful because they didn't like the grind. You didn't want to get out and recruit. But like you said, Indiana's a program. Well, it's Indiana. It's an historic program, right? It's going to recruit itself. So if they can start tapping into that Indiana, that Chicago area and start getting players, then Mike's going to have it rolling over there.
Indiana up by 3 with 2 minutes on the clock. Got to tell you what, these Gavitt games have been wild this week. I mean, Seton Hall, Michigan last night, Marquette in Illinois on Monday night. Big Ten could use this here, and if St. John's finds a way, it would really be some kind of comeback for them. I mean, this has been a great basketball game.
It really has. Like I said earlier, John. Like I thought, I had some thoughts about Indiana coming into this basketball game, and they're really changing my mind with this game. I see a team that I think, like Randolph said, they're buying into what Woodson's putting out, and they're playing extremely hard. And that's. I can see that as being something that lasts with this team. Obviously, they're trying to play hard for the program, but a team that's going to play for their coach, too, is always, a team that's going to be successful.
And it matters when it's early, too, guys. When you first take over and you're implementing change and you're trying to get buy-in, when you have some success, the more success Mike Woodson in the end has, the more buy-in he's going to get from his players and staff. So we're talking about recruiting and everything else, but just with the construction of this current team, winning games early will get more buy-in.